On Osrc News at 7. ODSG engages food vendors on hygiene, safety. Federal government to relocate correctional centers for improved security, infrastructure. Government warns Nigerians against fraudsters of students' loan scheme. And from the foreign scene, protests intensify across U.S. campuses in solidarity for Palestine against Israeli attack in Gaza.
Good evening, thanks for joining us on the news tonight. My name is Aribisala. As part of efforts to enhance public safety and hygiene in the area of food preparation and consumption, Accra South local government has organized a training for food handlers. The two-day practical training on food hygiene and safety also afforded the council an opportunity to subject the food handlers to medical screening to ascertain their fitness for the job. The head of local government administration, Accra South, Mrs. Dupe Omoloja, tasked the participants to always imbibe best practices in food production for the benefit of the residents.
Food consumption remains key to human existence as it provides the necessary requirements for proper functioning of the body. To further entrench the consciousness of proper care in food preparation with recourse to public health of citizens, Accra South local government organized a two-day training of food handlers in the area on food hygiene and safety. The training, championed by the Environmental Services Department of the Council, was attended by food vendors and handlers from the area of jurisdiction. The head of local government administration, Accra South, Mrs. Dupe Omoloja, said the training, which takes place every 3 years, is part of the Council's resolve to ensure public safety when it comes to food consumption.
My advice to all the food vendors is that they should please be hygienic. They should please do what is right so that they won't poison all the citizens of this country, because we know that without food we cannot live, and we need hygienic environments so that to be able to prepare good food for our people. I once again want to thank the environmental officer because they are not lacking in their duties.
The two-day event featured practical engagement of the handlers on general overview of food productions, handling, safety and hygiene, and the legislation of food handling.
Sanita Sanita 2, Ominia Sanita. The meaning of the slogan is that the head of one is the head of all. They are the ones that are dealing with the consumers directly. So anything that has to do with the populace, they must be trained. This program is to educate all the food handlers on the food-borne diseases and all the food safety and hygiene. How to handle food, how to prepare food in a safe environment, and how to take care of themselves, those people that are selling food, their health status. Because of
some of the participants noted that the training has further boosted their capacity to act in line with best practices.
We play together, we work together, so we really enjoyed this seminar because we meet together.
Seminar is a laudable program. It's a laudable project, and it doesn't start today. Accra South, as a local government, has actually been taking that aspect of their work to ensure that all the food vendors within its jurisdiction are equipped.
What I learned is that we should learn how to be neat as in clean.
Among the initiatives inculcated into the food handlers training program is the medical screening for the participants.
When you know they are healthy and that you are fit to sell food.
The environmental health officers in the council stated commitment to the continuous engagements with this critical group of people. Aribisala.
The February edition of monthly environmental sanitation exercise holds across Ondo State on Saturday. A statement by the General Manager, Ondo State Waste Management Authority, Mr. Adefolaju Omowole, said there will be restriction of human and vehicular movement between the hour of 7 and 10 in the morning. Mr. Omowole will urge residents of the state to use the period to clean their surroundings. Said any violator will face the wrath of the law. He assured residents of Ondo State of the present administration's commitment towards regaining the lost glory of the cleanest states in the country. Osrc Media Group has been lauded for contributing positively to the growth of society. Bishop of Methodist Church Akure Diocese, Right Reverend Isaac Osrc will lead a team on a courtesy visit to the media station in Akure over the forthcoming synod of the church. Said Osrc has been of help to the church in reaching out to the public. Omoro Language has the details.
Synod meeting in Methodist Church Nigeria is an annual event that brings all branches of the church together for proper assessment. Visit of members of Methodist Church Akure Diocese to Osrc Media Group Akure was part of activities marking its second synod. Bishop of the diocese, Right Reverend Isaac Osrc described synod as an avenue to account for stewardship, where all the local churches, through their circuits, report to the diocese for proper assessment.
We are inviting you to celebrate with us, and this synod will be second of its kind when we have our new name, Akure Diocese. We have been bearing Omo Diocese before. This synod is going to be the 36th year. And that is telling us that the Diocese of Omo by then is now in existence, has been in existence for the period of 36 years ago. But the new Diocese of Akure that have just been carved out last year, we are celebrating the second year anniversary. So we are inviting you to be there with us.
Chairman, Planning Committee, Dr. Akintunde Olayeni ruled all of the activities of the event to include Bishop's address and ministerial session.
It is the hosting this year's synod. That's where we came from as chairman. So they will arrive on May 3rd, and we are going to have ministers' session. Then we have a lay session. Minister session this with the spiritual head of the church, while the lay is the civilian heads of the church. We have different sessions.
Reacting, Chairman of the media group, Kunle Adebayo, stated various means of reaching out to the heterogeneous number of people, including the church where congregation formed the larger portion of the populace. According to him, the media group will continue to work with other stakeholders in society to liberate the general public for societal growth.
We have things to share, and this synod that is going to take place, we will support it. We will put everything to support it. After we finish these conversations, we can have a small bilateral commission where maybe two people from here, who can sit down. These are the things you want, these are what we will do. So that once those things are done, we know what we want to do, and then we run.
Adebayo also encouraged church leaders to further instill on members the discipline as of old for the benefit of society.
The church should look for topical, when you do all things, don't wait for the communique to, when the bishops or the reverend speaks, say it in summaries in a way that they will understand, so that people don't go out with another impression or with things, then you start having rebuttals and all the corrections and all of that.
Prayers were offered for the continued growth of the media group. Omoriola Humbeji, Osrc News.
No fewer than 3 persons have lost their lives in a road accident that occurred along the Akungba, Ikare Road, local southwest local government area of Ondo State today. It was gathered that the crash involved a Toyota Camry car with number plate LND 592GX and 2 commercial buses. According to an eyewitness, the driver of the car suddenly opened the door and hit the motorcycle with were carrying the victims and they fell down on the road while the other vehicle coming on the other side ran over them. The victims were said to have died on the spot. The driver of the car immediately fled the scene for fear of being lynched, while youths in the area set the car ablaze. The Ondo Sector Commander of the Road Safety Corps, Ezekiel Somhala, confirmed the incident, adding that it was caused by wrongful overtaking and route violation on the part of the vehicles involved. President Bola Tinubu says Nigeria is well positioned to power the clean energy future of Europe and the world with its high-grade lithium deposit. The president, who spoke during a meeting with Prime Minister Mark Rutte of the Netherlands at his official residence, said Nigeria offers immense opportunities across a pool of sectors that his administration is deepening reforms to enhance the investment climate. In a statement by the Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngalali, President Tinubu said Nigeria seeks robust, balanced and mutually beneficial partnerships to add value in areas like solid minerals. He asserted that Nigerians have tremendous confidence in themselves and that his confidence in the Nigerian people gave him the courage to make difficult decisions on their behalf, given his full awareness of the need to provide Nigerians with the long-term tools they need to succeed. The Prime Minister of the Netherlands noted that President Tinubu's economic reforms have engendered greater confidence in the Nigerian economy by international investors, and that Dutch investors have activated another set of $250 million worth of new investments over the next few months, including a $100 million investment in waste-to-wealth industrial facility in Lagos State. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, says logistics issues were responsible for the surfacing of fuel queues in some part of the country. A statement by its spokesperson, Olufemi Shonaye, said the issues have been resolved. NNPCL therefore urged Nigerians to avoid panic buying, as there is a sufficiency of products in the country. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund has urged students to exercise caution and verify the legitimacy of any website or service claiming to represent the organization. In a statement by the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, Head of Media and Public Relations, Nasir Ayitogo, said the fraudsters operating the website www.fedstudyloan-gov.ng have advertised an application for the highly anticipated Students' Loan Program of the federal government. Mr. Ayitogo urged anyone affected by the scam to report it immediately to the relevant authorities. He added that the official channel for student loan applications, which will be open to the public in due course, is www.nelf.gov.ng. The Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, has frowned at the non-completion of negotiations on a new minimum wage and urged the federal government to fast-track action on that. TUC President Comrade Festus Osifo, who made the call while briefing journalists after the National Executive Council of the Labour Movement ruled out the possibility of having a new minimum wage in place before the end of May. Osifo also lamented that some states in the Niger Delta region that collect huge sums of money from the Federation account have not paid neither the wage awards nor palliatives to their workers, accusing Delta, Imo, Benue as the worst culprits. The union demand that a committee of minimum wage should hasten their activities so that a new minimum wage will be put in place. Comrade Osifo also called on the review of obsolete labor laws in the country, noting that all attempts to get the 9th National Assembly to pass the new labor law did not materialize. We're due to take a break on the news at 7. We'll be back with more stories. Thank you for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. Encouraging more women into the fields of science, technology, engineering and mathematics has been identified as one of the ways to bridge the gender gap.
Efforts, women remain underrepresented in science, technology, engineering and mathematics fields. And gathered here are women from various sectors who are determined to change the narrative and ensure that interest in STEM is engendered from an early age. The Vice Chancellor Unimed Ondo, Professor Adeshegun Fatusi, represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor Rose Angela Nwuba, said the occasion is an opportunity for the university to recognize and honor the contributions of women to the community, the university, and the nation at large.
Women play an indispensable role in shaping our world and driving positive changes in every aspect of our lives, including medical sciences.
The guest lecturer and Director Center for Gender Issues in Science and Technology, Federal University of Technology, Akure, Professor Christiana Ijagbemi, who spoke on Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress, harped on women inclusive for sustainable development.
Because of our cultural background or whatever, or religion, we have some challenges, and these are we want to look at how we can overcome these challenges to also come out and give us our place. So inclusion and sustainable growth. So including women, bringing in women will help or will aid development.
The University Dawn called for collective efforts of individuals and organizations towards achieving greater career opportunities for women. A former lawmaker in Ondo State House of Assembly, Favour Tomomiwu, harped on the need to inspire and encourage more women to be actively involved in politics.
Inclusion starts from home. Let your children, your girls, your wife, be part of political space. Coming to politics, it is as simple as developing interest on another career.
The Director, Center for Gender and Earth Equity, Unimed Ondo, Professor Nireti Duyilemi, thanked women in the university not to relent in their efforts to upgrade themselves academically and demonstrate a high sense of commitment to their duties.
The team emphasizes the crucial role of investing in women education, healthcare, economic empowerment, and leadership development to accelerate progress towards gender equality.
However, stakeholders are of the opinion that initiatives like this and outreach efforts will help in ending stereotypes and fostering inclusivity. Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi, OSRC News.
A non-governmental organization, the Inner Wheel Club of Ijapo, District 913, has pledged continuous support to humanitarian services, which is the pillar of the organization. The club donated over 400 exercise books to pupils in 3 primary schools in Akure as part of its massive humanitarian assistance. OSRC's George Piles reports that the move is a means of ameliorating the challenge the pupils encounter and to equip them with tools required to help them excel through the early stages of their education. The report.
In a bid to assist children of school age have access to basic amenities to help them learn effectively, a non-governmental organization, the Inner Wheel Club of Ijapo District 913, as part of its humanitarian gesture, distributed over 400 exercise books to pupils from 3 primary schools in Akure, the Ondo State capital. The first port of call for the club members was St. Michael's RCM Primary School, Igbo-Liki, Akure, where the items were distributed to the pupils to aid their learning process. The president, Inner Wheel Club of Ijakpo, District 913, Folusho Afolabi, noted that the club, which has international spread, has succeeded in transforming lives, providing for the less privileged, and has extended a helping hand to those in adversity, adding that the group goes extra miles to task its members and privileged members of the society to contribute to the fulfillment of its mandates.
It's an organization that is non-governmental. We don't receive any subvention from any government. We levy ourselves. We ask for people who have the mind of giving to give us, and we assist the less privileged. We are able to make over 400 exercise books that we have distributed to these schools. And many of these children, they don't even come to school because many of them, they don't even have exercise books to write, no textbook and all the rest. And we still hope to give them more things by the grace of God.
The outreach was also taken to St. Francis RCM and St. Martin's RCM primary schools, Okekpadi, Akure, for the same exercise. At the various schools visited, the administrators as well as pupils thanked the club for the gesture and prayed God to continually give members of the club the strength to carry out more humanitarian and selfless services to humanity.
I want to say thank you to the Inner Wheel Club of Ijakpo for coming to our school to give us this exercise book. We are really grateful. Thank you so much.
I want to thank these people that give us this book, Inner Wheel Club of Ijakpo. Thanks.
We really appreciate their effort this morning that they came to our aid. And if you see these children also, they are very, very happy.
We thank them very well for their usual support always.
They assisted the parents. Even during this hard time, they can still out of their money without collecting money from government. They can still come out to give this book to them. I thank them.
The Inner Wheel Club of Ijakpo pledged its commitment to continually add value to humanity by ensuring they attend to the needs of the people in different capacities. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
The Nigerian Navy says it has concluded arrangements to relocate the Naval Training Command headquarters from Lagos to Onne in Rivers State. The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, disclosed this when he led a delegation of top officers of Navy High Command on a courtesy visit to the Rivers State Governor, Simealaye Fubara, at Government House, Port Harcourt. Ogala described the Nigerian Navy and Rivers State as conjoined twins who cannot do without each other. The security chief said the Navy had in recent times made commendable strides in its fight against crimes following a charge by President Bola Tinubu. He said the Navy, under its watch, had impounded 14 vessels caught with stolen crude oil, adding that several arrests were made. The Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, has said government would relocate a lot of correctional centers to create better space, security and infrastructure. The minister made the pledge when he visited Suleja Medium Security Custodial Center, where 119 inmates escaped following a rainstorm that damaged the facility on Wednesday. In a statement issued in Abuja by the Director of Press and Public Relations of the Ministry, Ozoya Imohime, the minister said it was imperative to relocate a lot of the correctional centers to conducive environment. According to him, the ministry is already working behind the scene to fashion out a correctional system that would work for all. Mr. Tunji-Ojo assured that such incidents would not happen again in any other facility across the country. Now on the foreign scene, UN peacekeepers have begun their departure from the Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo. The first bases are closed in South Kivu province, but there is fear about the government's ability to fill the vacuum. Omoshilola Adesoyajayi has details.
Drawing down a decades-long mission, Pakistani peacekeepers removed the UN flag and raised the Democratic Republic of Congo colors. This UN base in Bukavu is one of 14 in South Kivu province set to close by the end of April. The Eastern Congo peacekeeping mission, known as MONUSCO, is ending this year at the request of government. The woman leading that mission made it clear what that means.
The primary responsibility for protection of civilians lies with the government of DRC, and this is where they have to turn in terms of demanding that their safety and security is taken care of by those who have the primary responsibility.
The UN's presence has become increasingly unpopular here in recent years. It's accused of failing to protect civilians from armed groups, but aid agencies and many locals worry the Congolese forces aren't ready to replace some 15,000 UN forces.
We are regretting this decision of the government at this particular moment, pushing MONUSCO to withdraw from the country. We know that they're supposed to leave one day, but to be honest, I don't think our government is ready to take sole responsibility in terms of security. It's not possible to believe that.
More than 1.5 million internally displaced people live in 9 camps across South Kivu province. Many have fled violence in neighboring North Kivu, where the government has struggled to hold back advances by M23 rebel group. But the government still insists it should be solely responsible for security.
Congo is rising, is taking its own responsibility. And I want to assure everybody here that Congo will take over, has taken its responsibility, and they will assume it responsibly as a government to provide the security and the peace and also protection to its people.
Many people here in Eastern DRC will be happy to see UN forces leave, but the violence that's plagued the region for decades does not seem likely to end soon. Omoshiliola Adesoyajayi, Osrc News.
Students and faculty members from universities across the United States have continued.
What do you say? The standoff at universities across.
They are demanding their universities cut financial ties with Israel and divest from companies that say enable the war on Gaza. More than 550 students have been arrested in the last week. And to end the news at 7, another look at the major stories. Ondo State government has organized a 2-day training for food vendors on hygiene, safety in the area of food preparation and consumption. We also told you that the Nigerian Education Loan Fund has urged students to exercise caution and verify the legitimacy of any website or service claiming to represent the organization concerning the highly anticipated students' loan program of the federal government. The federal government, through the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunjojo, said many correctional centers would be relocated to create better space, security, and better infrastructure. And from the foreign scene, finally, students and faculty members from universities across the United States have continued to protest, demanding the universities cut financial ties with Israel and divest from companies that say enable the war on Gaza. And with that, we've come to the end of the news tonight. Thanks for watching. Good evening.